We'll be just going on in just a second. Just a second is New Orleans Saints Day going into the new year. So we will be going on in just a second. We'll let the beat go. Let the beat go. Yeah, Derek. Yeah, yeah. It's the New Year's. New Year's Eve going in. There's a lot of things we're taking care of. I actually got EJ on the side of me right now, and so we are a little late. You know what I'm saying? We going into the new year. We trying to go. So I apologize. We're a couple of minutes late, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this game right here is definitely, if there any chance, this is a game that you can say, hey, that was a bullet put in the back of the New Orleans Saints. They lose, it's over with. Some of you Saints fans will get what you really was looking for, maybe some change in the coaching. I'm starting to believe that Dennis Allen may not get fired. I'm hearing reports that the Saints are going to, fire the whole staff and bring back Dennis Allen with the whole offensive staff being let go. I understand we're going to have a bunch of go on my mic. Just okay. So just give us a couple of seconds. The link is about to be dropped in a few seconds. Yeah, this ain't no Super Bowl year. This is just reality. Yeah.
What's up, peeps? Hello? Oh, testing, testing. Oh, maybe the show haven't started yet. I was wondering if you can hear me.
Bucks fan, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. What's up?
All right, what's going on this morning, man?
I'm doing good, man. How about you? How you feeling?
We're doing good, man. All right,
They got a better chance of making it
this
than us.
this is it, man. Look, this is what y'all have is if y'all win this game, y'all in there. We lose this
Mm.
game, we're out basically, okay? And even if we win this game, we're not guaranteed to make it still. So y'all in a pretty great spot to take this division.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good matchup. Really, like I said, for division is
Yeah.
this is it right here.
Panthers playing good
Also,
too. The Panthers playing good too. I don't feel comfortable about next week's matchup either.
I'm
Panthers been
glad you brought that up because y'all have the Panthers next, and I know a lot of Saints fans look at that game that y'all have against the Panthers as y'all should be able to
that's not
roll over
easy
the
either.
Panthers, but that's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. I'll ever take division rival games lightly. We saw what happened with the Falcons and the Panthers, and the Panthers wound up pulling it off. So you just never
Panthers
know in this
Panthers should have
league.
won. Panthers should have won last week against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Panthers should have won last week.
Right.
I think they're getting hot at the end. It's just a team. They want to mess up people. I really believe that the Panthers want to mess up.
I mean Panthers. I want to win today because I'm scared to play to face hot red Panthers next week.
Yeah.
Panthers getting hot.
And that's a great mindset to have, Bucks fan. I'm be honest with you. If I was in your position right now, I would hope to win today just to get it over with.
I remember when the Bucks did an opportunity about years ago. We blew the last two games. We lost week 18. We lost week 16. Back then it was week 16, week 17. Back then, no more week 18. But we blew those opportunities. But that's where we missed the playoffs a couple years ago. We missed our opportunities.
Also, I want to ask you, Bucks fan, how have you felt about Baker Mayfield this year, man? Y'all made the decision to go sign him to a short-term, one-year contract, basically a prove-it deal, and he has played pretty well football from what it looked like from Saints fans' point of view.
Yeah.
So, and it sounds like y'all might sign him back. So from a Bucs fan perspective,
he's amazing.
How have y'all liked Baker Mayfield so far?
I love him. 100% down. I was thinking about getting him a Baker Mayfield jersey, but if he gets signed, I'm gonna get me a Baker Mayfield jersey. If he gets signed.
Well, I think he's still a young quarterback. I think people underestimated him. What they did was they passed. I think that's why some of these NFL teams, Baker Mayfield is a absolutely. I want to say he's the guy that when you just pass on your quarterback too fast, you're not patient. I think Cleveland should have been patient with Baker.
Yeah.
Cleveland with Baker Mayfield. I mean, wow. You know the way. So I just think that some of these NFL teams they're not patient on their quarterbacks. Similar to what I hope that don't happen to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers had Baker Mayfield. They get rid of him. Rams had Baker Mayfield. They get rid of him. Hopefully the Bucs don't do the same thing either. Get rid of Baker.
And for Saints fans, that was the segment we want to hear from them. But at the Saints point of view, we want Saints fans to realize this. I don't know, whether you like it or not, Derek Carr's been playing pretty well these last couple of games. He's been a better quarterback the last couple of weeks. And if you say he's not, then you just hate him because he's thrown 19 touchdown passes. He has 8 interceptions. And if you look at him, his last 3 games he threw for 300 yards.
Yep.
So
you know what's good stat? You know what else is a good stat too? Baker Mayfield has better numbers than Patrick Mahomes this season, and he has better numbers than Josh Allen this season. If you look at the numbers, it's insane. He has better numbers than this Bucs team this year is better than last year Bucs team without minus Tom Brady.
Hey, that's
at
very
this time.
True. That's very true, man. Like it's just been a very weird year as far as quarterbacks. This year, I know a lot of people looked at that Ravens game against the 49ers and Lamar
The Lions
Jackson,
got robbed last night.
Against Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy had a bad game. Like I'm not even really willing to throw Lamar in the MVP conversation because he's not
playing well.
Yeah, he's not having
the same numbers as Carr.
Right, he's not having MVP
the
numbers.
Lions? The Lions got robbed last night. I feel bad for the Lions. Last night, I feel bad for the Lions. They got robbed.
I actually don't feel bad for the Lions, and I'm gonna say this from the Saints' perspective because of where was the love when we in that Rams game,
Yeah.
We all keep talking about we can't feel bad for other teams because we know what it's like when we should have been in the Super Bowl that year when the Rams robbed the New Orleans Saints for
Oh
going back to
yeah,
the Super Bowl.
I remember that.
So we don't us Saints fans, we don't really feel any sympathy for other people's teams when it comes down to that situation.
Yeah. Well, look,
Do you think, hey guys, do you think we're going to see a flag to determine the game, the end of the game between the Bucs and Saints today? It's a lot
This
more
possibly. You got to remember that the Bucs played well in New Orleans, and New Orleans
Yep.
played well in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm
Lattimore
looking
playing
at.
today?
That's why I'm really.
It's Lattimore go?
No, Lattimore is out tonight.
He's out. I still think that the Saints schemes well against the Bucs. They have a scheme that Dennis Allen plays, and it's not even about your guy going off. It's just the fact that Dennis Allen got a good scheme against y'all. So this second game, y'all blew us out. You remember, y'all came into our house and y'all kicked our ass. I want to see how these guys respond to the fact that y'all beat us convincingly in our dome. So I think this game is going to be much more competitive.
I think the weather should be a factor.
For the Saints.
The weather should be a factor. This weather we having.
What would be the factor?
The biggest factor, I think, is going to be the quarterback play.
Because Derek Carr didn't play well at all.
If Baker Mayfield has a pretty good game today, just look for a Buccaneers win today. If Derek Carr plays pretty well today, you might see a Saints win today.
It's all on quarterback.
It's definitely
Mike Evans about to break another record today. If he does, Baker and Evans should have break their own records today. Records about to be broken. Mike Evans needs 2 touchdowns. Baker needs 2 passing touchdowns. Double record, breaking record. This is could it be happening? Hey guys, don't sleep. Guys, don't sleep.
We're about to go on to the show. But we thank you for coming, and we would like to see you in the post game.
Don't sleep on Yahya today. Yahya, do I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucs defensive lineman. He's nasty. Yeah.
Hey, he is on the rise. That's a definite good player to go ahead and get Saints fans to get familiar with over the years and everything in this game.
And Kansas too.
Tell him we'll see him in the post game. We gotta get
okay. You too. Sorry, you guys. And Devin White too.
You're good.
Yeah, and Devin White.
We'll see you in the post game.
Bye. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Talk to you later.
But good guy. But Saints fans, to get back to it, we kind of let him on here because he's a good guy, first of all, and that's a good perspective of what
what's your enemy.
The
enemy's perspective.
Yeah, it's good to have an enemy's perspective. He's like I said, that's what Bucs fans' mindset is going into this game. They want to win today. They win today.
We want to spoil it. We want to spoil
it. They feel today that if they win the game, it's over with, and which it is. They're gonna be in the playoffs. So like I said before, y'all, I know a lot of Saints fans are kind of really have mixed feelings with this. I'm gonna be personal with y'all. Either way, I really don't care. I'm gonna be honest with y'all on this one. I'm kind of done with the playoffs this year, and this is just my opinion with it. Like I'm ready for the off season. I'm ready to see some changes made. I'm ready to see a new team this year. Whether we win this game or not, that'll be great. Well,
on how we win.
That'll be great if we win this game, but we still need things to happen. We can't just win this game and think we're in the playoffs. We have to also hope some teams lose, and we have to hope the Bucs lose if we want to take the division. The Bucs gonna have to lose against the Panthers.
If we want a wild card.
This is just some simple reality right now. The Saints have put themselves in a bad position. They've been they had a chance to go ahead and win in the easy division and clinch very faster than a lot of teams, and now they put themselves in a position where they're hoping teams lose right now. Now you have the other side where some fans feel like maybe we should just go ahead and lose these games to get a better draft position and everything like that. If you lose this game, then I'm 100% for that. The next game ain't gonna really mean nothing. So you might well just drop that Atlanta Falcons game. Even let the rookie play. Maybe yeah. Even let Mr. Jake Hainer get some run in there. Just let it go. Yeah. Even though knowing it's the Atlanta Falcons, the last game. A lot of us like to beat the Falcons and stuff like that, but we're trying to fast track this season and get this into next season. Um, but like I said, I have a Dennis Allen talked about in the pros in his conferences this week, talked about how he just wants to go ahead and get a win. Well, it all starts today. We'll see what kind of football team the Saints are going to be today. They've looked flat in the past couple of games. Just coming out and starting out. They cannot come out flat against this Buccaneers football team. The Buccaneers are hot right now. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They feel like that they renewed themselves. Like you cannot come out flat at home against the Buccaneers. Like the Buccaneers are riding high right now, and just like the Buccaneers fan mentioned, the Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield duo is got to be watched today. We definitely, when we played the Rams, and we were just talking about how Isaac Yiadom has been playing great all season long, but I knew it.
He didn't get destroyed. It was just so many concepts.
I just knew, and not just him. I'm not just gonna sit here and single out Yiadom, but Adebo. Everybody hyped up.
That's who I was disappointed in.
Everyone hyped up Adebo this year. He needs to go to the Pro Bowl and everything like that. Well, he's in the spotlight right now. He's cornerback number 1. He needs to go ahead and handle his business today. He has Mike Evans today. There's no reason why he should not be doing a good job against Mike Evans today. So the biggest challenge too today is the cornerbacks. Are the cornerbacks going to show up today in the secondary? Are they going to be able to stop Chris Godwin as well? That's another one we're not talking about that the Buccaneers have out there in their receiving core. So it's the Saints are going to have to step up, start fast, and not let this team get in any type of groove today.
Well, in my perspective, I kind of, my son and I have two different perspectives. My perspective is this, okay? You always want to beat your rivals. Look, I just believe that you don't lay down to your opponents in a division, your division rivals. Even if we lose this game, I don't want to lose to Atlanta, and that's not going to give you a step up on Atlanta because at the end of the day, Atlanta would have the tiebreaker regardless. So I don't even see it. My thing is this: I don't see a up on this team. I see the Saints. The Saints got to beat these division opponents for bragging rights, for the fact of sainthood. Okay, even if we don't go to the playoffs, we need to be competing. And this is big for Derek Carr because Derek Carr for the last 3 games have threw for 300 yards. He threw two games with 3 touchdowns. So it's up, and I want to see him finish the rest of this season strong because we look. Let's just be honest. We're stuck with him. Okay, whether we get coaching changing or whatever, the reality is we're stuck with Derek Carr. And my thing with the Saints, I'm just thinking that we need to draft a quarterback. And in year 2024, after the 2024 season, if Derek Carr is not, playing well, we move on with the rookie quarterback. I'm in for drafting a quarterback. That's just me. I think that there's enough rookie quarterbacks in the draft that you can be sitting behind Derek Carr for at least a year or so before we move away from Derek Carr. I just think that this team right now, I see changes. The only changes that I see is going to happen, and I know Saints fans not going to like what I'm saying, but this is what I'm hearing, reports from Nick Underhill, and I'm hearing from insiders, Rod Walker, and many other insiders to the Saints, is that they don't think Dennis Allen is going to get fired. They think it's going to be more of a whole offensive change. They think that the Saints are going to let go every offensive systems on the team. So that's the way I see it's going to happen. I think that with Saints fans going to have to start looking out for its offensive coordinator, maybe a Eric Bieniemy, maybe there's going to be multiple guys available for you guys picking. You may not agree with me, but that's not me. That's not my opinion. That's just what I'm hearing around the Saints camp. Okay, the Saints are not unless Dennis Allen lose these two games or in a fashion of losing. I don't see I don't see him being them firing him. That's just what I'm hearing in the NFL. Okay, so we would love for him to be fired here at the Battle Sports Show podcast. Trust me, we are just as frustrated as you guys. None of us really give a damn about having him back. I want you guys to understand it. Nobody is saying that they want Dennis Allen to finish up as the head coach next year. But reality is what the NFL is saying, not what us on the panel, not what our thinking is. It's what the NFL is saying. And the NFL don't think Dennis Allen is going to get fired. They think there's going to make a coaching change. The change is going to be an offensive line coach. It's going to be offensive coordinator. It's going to be wide receiver coach. It's going to be the whole offensive staff for what I'm hearing. Okay, so I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Okay, so I'm just telling you, it's just what I'm hearing. Okay, so we got Derek on the panel. Shout out to Derek. It is what it is, and like I said, trust me, fans, y'all. I respect your comments. I respect the things that you're saying in the comments. It's not me. I'm just telling you the reality of this organization. Go ahead.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what he was saying, um, it's kind of hard to hear that, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When you got guys like Ian Rappaport saying that Derek Carr, Dennis Allen is likely to be back next season, I mean, look, that's just what reality is. It's not something that we're trying to go ahead and push on Saints fans and stuff like that, or trying to keep Dennis Allen around or anything like that. We just being real with y'all. We always give y'all the real. We stay close to Saints news. We try to make sure that we give y'all the best information that we can here on the Battle Sports Show podcast in the Deep South. But this is what reality is. Dennis Allen looks like he's going to be safe again. This is the sources we're hearing around the NFL. Like I said, Ian Rappaport even reported this again today. I heard this last week, and I'm hearing it again today. That Dennis Allen's job as head coach of the New Orleans Saints looks like he is safe. Now, the only other changes that could be coming for the Saints is like Ever 504 just mentioned, uh, offensive coordinator, offensive line coach. A lot of these offensive coaches uh, getting moved and switched around. And if that happens, well, hey, then the Saints are going to have to look for a damn good offensive coordinator, man. They're going to have to find somebody that's going to finally get this offense moving and get this offense straightened out. But from what it sounds like, Mickey Loomis is staying firm on a Dennis Allen. And like we said this before about Derek Carr. Regardless if Dennis Allen was going to be fired or not, we was going to have Derek Carr. Derek Carr was just going to be still here. But knowing this information though, hopefully here, and this is our hope here on the Battle Sports Show podcast, is that the Saints decide to draft them a rookie quarterback to compete with Derek Carr, okay, and give him a push, because it's much needed. Derek Carr is he's getting older. Yes, we signed him to that contract that's just going to be hitting our pockets and everything. We can't cut him or anything like that. We're basically stuck. So we need to look real deeply at, and if all years, this has to be the year the Saints need to go at least try to bring in one of these quarterbacks from college football. There's a lot of good ones out there, man. There really is. Also, Ryan MCG, I see you kind of brought up the fact about Ryan Ramczyk too. Ryan Ramczyk, y'all, if y'all did not notice, Ryan Ramczyk, man, it looks like he's he's dancing in and out of his career right now. Ryan Ramczyk right now is dealing with a severe knee injury that he's getting a bunch of doctor checks on it and doctor opinions on. Hopefully this kid can go ahead and get a good doctor recommendation and find some way that he can go ahead and continue to play his career, because he at his best and when healthy, he's one of the best tacklers in his league. But from what I'm hearing right now, Ryan Ramczyk is really battling something severe to where he might be retiring early. So that's going to be another thing in this draft in the off season that the Saints are going to have to really look at replacing this whole offensive line. This whole offensive line needs reconstructing big time. From Ryan Ramczyk, from left tackle, we done seen the Trevor Penning experiment. That didn't go too well. We're still waiting on Cesar Ruiz to kind of catch fire. Eric McCoy is good, most of the time, but he's not playing his best this year. So we need Andrews Pete. We've been waiting on him for years. So we're gonna need a whole offensive line reconstruction, man. This is it. Like I said, I'm kind of at a point with the Saints right now where I'm just waiting on the Saints to go ahead and just rebuild this roster, rebuild this staff. There's a lot of things this all season that we're gonna go ahead, or that we need to go ahead and get into and have conversations about. But for right now, we're playing the Buccaneers today.
And I want to win a damn game. I don't care what y'all say. I want to beat the Bucs. The Bucs beat our ass big time on national. Well, it wasn't national TV. It was I guess locally, but whatever. They beat us in the dome. They beat us bad. Saints fans, I understand what you're saying. Anybody want to see the Saints get their butt whipped? I really question your Saintshood. I mean, I just cannot see myself losing to the Bucs. I can't see myself losing to Atlanta. That's just me, okay? I want the Saints to win these games, and I want to see what happens. From what I'm hearing, even if the Saints win these two games, they're still going to make changes on the offensive side. So regardless of the fact, I'm still not changing my opinions about drafting quarterback. I'm still talking about moving this organization in a different way. But I still want to. Who knows? We might back in. I want to win.
Yeah.
I still want to win the game.
Well, stranger things have happened in the
Football
NFL.
is so crazy.
Like I said, this is the NFL. We see a lot of strange things.
I get my hopes up
every Sunday. So, like I said, I'm not trying to, boost y'all head up or trying to make y'all feel like, playoffs or nothing like that.
I can care less about playoffs.
I'm just trying to go ahead and instill in y'all minds today. We play a football game. Hopefully we get a win out of it.
And we need to evaluate the players that's on this football team.
Yeah.
We need to sit there and say, hey, you know what? Well, who is coming back or who's not coming back?
Right.
Because it's going to tell, because Alvin Kamara playing this game, and I know a lot of people Saints fans, in love with Alvin. They love Alvin, and they can't see Alvin in another uniform. The reality is, running backs don't last too long in the NFL, and I would be surprised seeing Alvin Kamara with the Baltimore Ravens next year. I don't see Alvin coming back.
Yeah,
I don't see him coming back. They drafted Kendre Miller. We didn't see much from him. I just don't. I think the Saints are going to go a cheap route. There's a lot of guys. Some of our favorite players are going to be gone.
Yeah, that's a great point to bring up. That these next two games are really, the Saints need to pay attention to what they have right now in house and go forward with. You can look at guys like Kamara, like Michael Thomas. You can look at a guy like Cameron Jordan. Like these three names, these are the biggest three names I'm looking at. As these guys might not be.
Cam Jordan may retire.
Yeah,
he's going to retire. Saints.
These guys might not be in the Saints uniform next season. So I'm really trying to let y'all be prepared that this might.
To Mario Davis.
Right.
Oh my God.
There's going to be a lot of turnover, a lot of rebuilding going on with the Saints. This is going to be a totally different type of team. But for right now, you might you just want to look at some of the guys who could you move forward with. Obviously you want to keep Marshawn Lattimore. He's been our faithful cornerback for years. You might want to
keep him. Yeah, you want to keep him. He's a cornerstone. He's still young. You're not going to get rid of everybody.
Right. You want to keep Pete Warren. You want to keep guys like that. But I'm talking about the guys that are on the older
Michael
side.
Thomas.
Guys on the older side of the perspective. Jimmy Graham. Ryan, I know you just brought up Jimmy Graham, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, it would be great to bring him back and everything like that.
You gotta want to come back.
But I don't think Jimmy wants to be back in this situation come next season. But first of all, Jimmy Graham's whole reason of coming back to the Saints was he thought the Saints could win that division and go to the playoffs. So at his age right now,
would not be able to take another year.
He's not trying to go ahead and go running back and go through a rebuild process. I wouldn't want that for him. So I'm just not. I wouldn't expect to see Jimmy Graham back on this roster either. It's like I say, this is going to be a lot.
End up like the Rams did. The Rams had, and it's not so bad.
That's not a bad. Yeah,
it's not a bad thing to take a step back.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Look, a lot of teams a lot of people were sitting there saying it was over for the Rams, and now look at the Rams. The Rams are actually in a prime position to clinch a spot this season in the playoffs. They got rid of a lot of key
Buccaneers.
players. The Buccaneers.
Even though they about the same record.
Yeah.
But nobody thought the Buccaneers had a shot at winning this division.
Yeah.
And the Buccaneers got Baker Mayfield with the same. And it's crazy that we are one away from the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But Baker Mayfield, other than Baker Mayfield, his team is not really good. We have the same record, but we can pretty much be right back in competing in this division next year. So I don't rule out the Saints in the future because of what we see now.
Yeah, look, you just gotta be depending on what we do this offseason.
Depending on coaching.
Well, and coaching and who we add on this roster, future wise and everything. That'll work itself out and everything. But like I said, we just gotta go ahead and instill these things in y'all mind, Saints fans, that the years of trying to go ahead and add these big time free agents and trying to push for and trying to go ahead and throw the cap, back and try to do all these, manipulate the cap and all these things, that era is over with. Okay, we got to move on from that.
We got to recover from that.
We got to recover from that and be able to put ourselves back on a positive side financially as an organization. Y'all, I also want to bring up this small little fact too. We done had conversations before about Sean Payton. And I just want to point out the fact that, a lot of y'all were wrong, okay? A lot of y'all sat there and was talking about how great he was going to have
Sean Payton is?
Yeah, and how great he was going to have it in Denver. Look at how things played out.
Same record the Saints got.
Same record. Got the quarterback he wanted. He wanted to play with Russell Wilson. He wanted to fix Russell Wilson. I
don't think it's Russell Wilson.
I don't think
Russell Wilson threw 26 touchdowns.
Right. I don't think
he's the scapegoat.
Right. I don't think it's Russell Wilson either. But I think a lot of y'all need to realize that with things that played out with Sean Payton and everything. I saw a post on Twitter where where somebody was asking if Sean Payton was available again and everything, would y'all bring him back quickly? And I'm with the crowd that's saying, hell no.
No, we don't know. We got to move away from Sean Payton. We got to get a new young guy like Detroit offensive coordinator. The Saints have to move in a new direction, move away from the system of Sean Payton. And I think that's what Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis did wrong.
Yeah.
If you're going up, they removed the defense, but they did not remove the offense.
Yeah.
What they did. And I think that's what the problem with the Saints. The Saints have to get rid of Pete Carmichael. They have to remove their whole staff away from Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And rather it's with Dennis Allen, rather it's with a new head coach. We got to move away from the system of Sean Payton.
We have to get away from the Sean Payton era. That was the biggest problem We kept trying.
Tell them we had technical difficulties.
So, sorry about that,
We
y'all.
on
We
the
having
spillway.
some technical difficulties. We on the spillway as we speaking right now. But let me go ahead and put there too.
Yeah, 11 minutes. We might get it back.
What's up, fellas? How y'all boys doing?
What's going on, bro? We on our way. We gonna pick up some catered chicken from New Orleans, but
Okay.
we on our way into New Orleans East right now. So if we're having any kind of technical difficulties, we apologize for the audio.
Yeah. But Derek, give me your thoughts. Man,
Man.
Going into this game, and just give me your thoughts, man. Going forward, future wise, knowing that
I know he's a big Sean Payton fan.
Yeah, I know you've heard about, what's going on with Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen looks like he's coming back and everything. Ian Rappaport is reporting that he expects him to be back in New Orleans and everything. So, knowing that type of news and everything and hearing that stuff, what's the feeling right now?
Man, I didn't want them to come this early with that information for him, because now he not gonna coach to his best ability today, because he know he coming back. I wish they would have just left it till the end of the season and had him work hard
I
and had
agree
him,
with you.
because you're gonna see a difference today. You're gonna see a lackluster effort by the team. I'm just
I don't
predicting
know.
it.
Comfortability. I don't know. Maybe if you feel like and what I'm saying, maybe if you feel like you are, that you safe on your job, that maybe you'll put some more effort into it. I don't know. It could go either way. It could make him realize that hey, this organization got my back. I could maybe it makes him a better coach. But I'm hearing that the Saints are not retaining Pete Carmichael. That also was brought in. So how do you like about the message about they're talking about the whole offensive staff as a whole not coming back?
I'm okay with that, but I just wish it would have been at the end of the season. I just don't think this was the best for this team, because they don't play unless their back is against the wall. If you kind of go back and look over the past couple of games when they thought Dennis Allen was gone mid-season, they came out and played like Super Bowl champs.
Right.
And I just feel like now that Dennis Allen gonna be there, I was saying it's the Super Bowl for us, but I just feel like I'm not even happy of watching this game today, because I just don't feel like he know he's safe, so he's not gonna put his best foot forward.
But if he beat both of these teams, how do you feel if he goes on a streak, he win these two games, and he gets he just he win these two games, and we take this into next season? Are we back in the? I'm not even gonna talk playoffs. Are we taking this into the next season? How would you feel if they really play well and beat these two teams? How would you feel about it?
I told this was our division to
That would
win,
be
so
his
you're
first
not doing.
winning season as a head coach. He would be
I don't
9-7.
I don't think I still would be happy with that, because you backed into the playoffs. You should have beat everybody in our division. You should have beat everybody in our division, even if it was a 1-point game or a 2-point game or whatever.
So
You
you
should have
wouldn't be
beat every.
happy if the Saints back then. That's what you're saying.
Nah, not this year. I'm just kind of like nephew said. I'm just kind of for it to be over with, man. I hate to
Right.
say that, and I've been being positive the last few
You
weeks,
have a
but
right
man,
to feel that way.
I just don't like. I just don't like the body language of the team. I just don't like it, man. I just don't like Cam look old, like he don't give a fuck no more. Excuse my
Right,
language, but
right.
I just don't see it, man. I just don't see like these boys just ready to want to get out here and get it in, and that's what I'm
And
afraid of,
I think Tyrann Matthews is going to be one that's going. What you think?
man.
I hate to
Man,
say it.
I hate that. I'm disappointed in how he played this year.
Yeah.
I mean, just a bad taste this year, man. And I ain't felt like this even when we was wearing paper bags, man. I just don't. I feel like they playing with my emotions, and I
I
don't
think
like
I, I
nobody
think
playing
I
with.
think the reason why you feel that way, I think is because the fact that Sean Payton set the bar so high for us fans. And one thing I got to give Derek Sean Payton credit is the fact that he led the standards so high, and anybody who comes underneath him gonna have to be more impressive. And I think it's just more of Sean Payton than anything. And Sean Payton, what do you think about the way he treated Russell Wilson? You wouldn't have never seen him do that to Drew Brees. I just think it's disrespectful. And
You know,
is it Sean Payton? I'm not gonna say he's racist, but
no,
we talked
it
about
ain't
this with
that.
Jameis Winston. What
No,
is
it
what
ain't.
is
It ain't
up
that.
with huh?
I think it's the fact that he really just don't like this dude. I think he just wanted to drop his nuts this year. And I think he just really don't like. I think he think Russell
But
Westbrook
how,
like a
how you don't
prima
like
donna.
26 touchdown passes?
Man, it's something about this dude. I'm
I mean,
telling
the
you,
guy played well this year.
I don't think it's shit, bro. Just like I said about Jameis Winston, I think Jameis Winston is a good person. Uh, I think he's likable as a person, bro. But
Right.
when it comes to that book smart, some of these quarterbacks just don't have that book smart, man. And I think
But we,
that's what
but
he
we're
got.
talking about an MVP. Wasn't he an MVP? Wasn't he
But you
a
gotta
Super
go
Bowl
look at.
winning? Did he win
But
a
you gotta
Super Bowl? We're not talking about a Jameis. We're
wait.
comparing. You just compared Jameis to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson should get his respect because of the fact
No,
of his accolades. He won a
yeah, but
Super Bowl, my brother.
look. Go back and really, really, really look at Seattle team, man. That was the Legion of Boom. The Legion of
Yeah,
Boom
but
was
you got
was
you
running
got to
that.
have a quarterback. You got to win. You got to win with a quarterback too. You have the Legion of Boom, but you have to score touchdowns, and you can't water down the fact that that's the same. We had a great defense, but we had a defense to me that could have been like the Legion of Boom, but we didn't have a good quarterback. So
Okay,
sometimes,
but
so you can't put that on Russell Wilson.
no, but what
See,
I can put on you,
Derek Carr
no,
never done the things that Russell
but
done.
look this, is it the offense that Sean Payton running, or was it some other offense that made Russell Wilson great? Was it the offense? And now he in Sean
You
Payton
saying Pete
offense.
Carroll's offense?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, and Pete Carroll's
You saying is
offense.
it Pete Carroll's offense or is it Sean? Sean Payton's
That's what I'm
offense
saying,
is one of the most difficult offenses in the NFL. It's
and
one.
that's what I'm
Anybody
saying.
have told you about Sean Payton and his offensive scheme? It's very difficult because he has a lot of plays, and
And
that playbook is very hard to learn.
and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. And that's why I said, is it the smarts
I
from
think
these
I think
dudes?
they gave too much to Jameis. They could have simplified when Jameis was the quarterback for the Saints. You could have simplified. You didn't have to do so much. Some of these things that pushes these quarterbacks. Even with Derek Carr, you got to simplify quarterbacks like that. You
But
can't
see,
you can't expect them to
that's
be
why
Drew Brees.
no. But see, that's what I'm thinking was with Sean Payton problem. He can't find nobody that can match him wit for wit. You understand what I'm
Why
saying?
do you think
Like,
he defeated Russ? He saw us as what today's leader Drew Brees, but with
wait, you
a
sound bad,
killer arm
Nas. You
and
sound bad,
feet.
Oh Lord,
Oh
Nas.
Lord, nah, you gotta come back. Gotta come
come on
in.
back, come on back, brother. With some better, we can't even hear you.
But look, this
Hey,
I'm gonna let
Darren,
him say it.
hang on one second. Let me get on in real quick because we 5 minutes from prediction time. Oh,
Oh
good
yeah,
to see you, Henry. Let me hear your thoughts going into this game. And I know you was hearing the news about Dennis Allen looking like he's returning as the Saints head coach. So give me your thoughts on that as well.
What's up, fellas? Who that? Good morning.
Well, we're gonna be looking forward to seeing you today too.
Oh, yes, sir. I'll be there. I'm gonna take a different approach than everybody else is doing. I'm listening and watching everything, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a wait and see approach, see how all of it works out, how it pans out, what the Saints decide to do from an organizational standpoint, what they decide to do in the next two games. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't. It's a very trying time to be a Saints fan, but I'm not gonna stop being a Saints fan. What I mean is, it's just so difficult to watch. But like y'all pointed out, we've been through this before, in the past with when the Saints were losing and things like that. We just used to
But
having
could I
some
ask
level
you
of
something,
excellency.
Henry? I don't want you to lose your thought, but I gotta ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
You watch Dan Campbell, right? Dan Campbell, I looked at both of the coaches' resume, and I've
Yes,
seen them
sir.
year
I
by
do
year.
too.
Dan
Yes,
Campbell was for 3 years he had with Detroit. His third year, he caught
absolutely.
fire for whatever reason.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at last year, and last year he had he won, like, he got hot at the end of the season, and he
Mm-hmm.
had like a 9-7 record
Yep.
Hey, how
for
you doing,
last year,
sir?
and he came into the
Yeah,
season.
I
Would
think I
have
still
been
have a few left. I think I
Mute your
gave it to
mic.
last
Mute your
time.
mic,
Let me
bro.
check actually.
Mute
Mute
your
your
mic,
mic.
my
Mute your
brother.
mic. Mute your mic.
What if Dennis Allen, my brother? What if he wins these 2 games, go 9-7,
Uh-huh.
and because he started 7-10, and he
Mm-hmm.
goes 9-7 this year, and then he
Mm-hmm.
completely does what Dan Campbell does. I mean, I'm
Right.
just trying to
No,
be a
yeah,
little
that's why
optimistic.
I said what I said. That's why I said I want to
I mean,
take a
because the
wait and see
NFL is
approach.
crazy.
That's why I said I wanted to take a wait and see approach. That's exactly why I said that. Because if he does come out and win and finish 9-7, and he does come and do what Dan Campbell did, and I'm glad you brought him up because I was going to say the same thing. What if he comes back next year and establish a winning record? Forget about the past. Like, I know people want him to go and all that, and they're justified in that. But what if he
Testify.
comes
Everybody
back next
testify.
year? What if he comes back next year and has a winning record and does well with the Saints because he got away from Sean Payton and everything that was Sean Payton? I mean, we got to really be realistic about that because Pete
That's true.
Carmichael is part
That's
of
true.
That's
Sean
very
Payton's
true.
system. We have to be realistic about it. Think
It's
about it.
it's
You come
Sean
into
Payton's
you come
system.
into
It's,
let me
it's
let me
Sean
let me
Payton's
break it
system
down. Let me break
outdated.
it down. It's just like what I do. I'm not gonna talk about my personal life and all this stuff, but what I do for, like, in my job, I'm coming behind someone who did things differently, and now I have to establish my own work ethic, my own system in place to make my job effective for me and for my clients, right? I have to do things a certain way, but it's going to take time for me to establish my way of things being done, especially when
Right.
you're in the business world. That's the way it works. Same thing with the Saints, right? You need to give Dennis Allen time to establish his way of things going. I know you said, well, he had all season. No, man, you're still dealing with the leftovers from Sean Payton. Let's
Right.
be
Right.
honest.
Wow.
No, seriously, think about it. Mike Thomas, Alvin Kamara, I love him. I'm just saying, Andrews Pete, Ramchek, who's probably not gonna be playing in the near future because of his injuries. God bless him, but he might not play football. He got a lot of questions up in the air about his health. So Ryan Ramchek might not be back in pro football ever, because of
Right.
what's going on with his injury. I mean, but a lot of that is all Sean Payton. The man never had a chance to put everything in from his perspective. And I'm saying that because, he was a great defensive coach for us. Let's be honest, right? Got to
Right.
give him credit there. But he
Right.
was a part of Sean Payton's system and staff. Now that he comes in as head coach, I hope the Saints fans hear me out. I get it. I understand how they want him gone. I'm not saying you're not justified in that. What I'm saying is, let's see how he does next year when he can turn over the leaf and have a new fresh start with his own staff, his own people. Yeah, he wanted Derek Carr and all this stuff. I get all that. Yes, I understand. But let's see. That's why I say I want to take a wait and see approach. If he
Yeah,
funk it
because
up next year,
I
he got to
always
go.
question, and I always question, why did the Saints go keep the system of Sean Payton in, and then you asking Derek Carr to run the system of Sean Payton,
You know
and
why? You know what I think of it? I think,
I just
we
thought that
talked
was
about Sean.
disrespectful to
I mean,
Dennis Allen.
we talked about Pete Carmichael coming back and how he came back. Maybe there was nobody that wanted to come. I know we interviewed some people. What if Eric Bieniemy said, you know what? Nah, I don't want to do that. What if he said, I don't want to do that. I don't. Nah, I'm good. What if he declined? Everybody said, well, why didn't the Saints hire him? You can't make somebody come and work for you. What if that person said, I don't want to work here? Nah, I'm gonna pick something else. What if they did give him a nice offer? We don't know, right? We don't know. What if they did give him a nice offer? What if he declined to work for the Saints for whatever reason? How do we know that? Everybody makes assumptions. Oh, the Saints ain't doing this and the Saints ain't doing that. What if they did do it? What if they did try it? No, I'm just saying. I want people to think about this. We can't make somebody hire someone, right? You can't make somebody work for you. All you can do is present them an offer. What if he decided not to work for the Saints? We can't say, well, the Saints didn't be aggressive to try to hire somebody. They did interview him. Everybody wanted Eric Bieniemy, right? They interviewed him. I'm just saying.
Well,
Brian
due
Leftwich
to
too.
time constraints, let me give it to Nas real quick. I know and we getting closer to time for prediction time real quick. It's 12:56, so I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, Nas. Give me your thoughts in this game. What do you want to see? And
11:56.
I mean 11:56. And let me and also give me a little bit of what you kind of thinking going forward with Dennis Allen.
All right. With this game, this is a prove it a bust game for Dennis Allen. You don't win this game, you get blown out. Even if you win against Atlanta, you're still going to considerably get fired or possibly get brought back anyway because of the fact that, hey, it's because of winning record. And on top of the fact of that, this game, that run defense got to stop. And that blitz packaging that Dennis Allen got to do against Baker Mayfield, it has to be done today. If it don't, this is going to be one of the games that dictates that he's fired or not.
Nah, I don't think Dennis getting fired. They already made that clear that they're not letting him go.
They're going to scapegoat Pete Carmichael and Doug Marrone.
I mean, we keep trying to tell you what the reports is. The reports
Because I had
is
seen
that
it.
They're not letting Dennis go.
They're not
a lot
firing.
of scapegoats, brother. There's gonna be a lot of people fired, but not him.
Yeah, Ian Rappaport. This is the second time I done heard from Ian Rappaport saying that Dennis Allen looks like he's safe as Saints head coach now.
Now anything can happen.
Anything can change, of
Niggas
course.
can get pissed off and say, "Look, dude, I expected you to win most of these games."
Yeah, now if the Saints get blown out or something like that in these last two games,
and the owner steps in.
Yeah, or if Miss Bisson just says, you know what, I'm firing everybody. You know, maybe that, you know,
and that's a possibility.
That's a difference. But for now, it looks like Dennis is safe, y'all. But it's 11:58. We got prediction time real quick. Y'all know how we like to do. We leave your final score and your MVP in the comments. I'm gonna start with Derek real quick. Give me your MVP and your final score of the game. Going once. Going twice there. I think Derek kind of busy in the background.
Come back.
Let me give it to Alt. Give me your MVP and your final score.
This is gonna sound funny to people, I know, but I'm gonna say my MVP is Derek Carr. I'm gonna say 300 yards, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 different receivers. Derek Carr come alive in this game and win the Saints game 28-17. Go Saints.
Okay, Nas, give me your MVP and your final score.
Give me Alvin this game, and I'll give it 24-17.
Okay. M504, give me your MVP and final score.
I got the final score, Saints 27-24. Field goal. And it's called my MVP is the field goal kicker.
I
like that, Everett. I like that.
I think he's gonna make a couple of kicks today.
I said Blake Groupie. Oh Lord. Y'all, I'm going. I'm definitely challenging the defense today. I'm actually gonna. I'm hoping MVP today for me is Paulson Adebo, y'all. So I think he needs to lock down Mike Evans today if they're gonna have a chance to win this game. And this is gonna be a very close game, y'all. I'm going.
Gonna be a dog fight.
21-24. Saints barely pull this one off, y'all. That's what I'm going with today. Y'all, it's great to see y'all in the chat.
And I hope they win, y'all. I hope they win. I really do. I don't want them to lay down. Compete.
I hope so too.
Compete.
Definitely compete. I hope y'all enjoy this game today. Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year.
Y'all, if we bringing in the New Year tonight and everything.
We coming.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely go ahead and get in some post game show as well after the game and everything. Y'all make sure y'all follow us, subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like us on Facebook and everything. And we'll see y'all in the post game show. I love y'all, and we'll
the baddest
on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Who that? The baddest. Go Saints.
Who that?